You ever start shooting someone in Black Ops 6, they're not even looking at you, and then they instantly turn on you, drop you, and there's nothing you could do about it? Well, guys, there's one of two things going on here. Either one, they're hacking, or two, better yet, something I could teach you guys, they have insane reflex, really quick aiming, and they could just stay on target really, really nice, really fast, and start aiming for the upper chest, the head, and everywhere that they got to do right. Now, how could I teach you guys to do this as well? It's very simple. It's in the settings, and it's just a few things that you guys got to do. Now, I'm not going to say everything that you could do is in the settings, because there are some tips that you just need to practice on, and I have a lot of videos for that as well. But basically, just to kind of break it down for you guys, you need to practice your Twitch aiming. So go into a private match, play against bots, just try and just aim down sights without aim assist, all that kind of stuff. And you just got to keep practicing over and over again. There's a couple of other things you need to do, but today we're going to talk about the settings because they get really important. Now, quickly, guys, before we get into it, if you could drop a big fat like on this video, I would truly appreciate that. Help me hit 700k subs. Hit that subscribe button, takes a quick second, and let me know your EKIA down in the comments below. And for the OGs, that's your KD, let me know. Now, the first one that I want to talk about is not in the controller settings, it's actually in the interface. And in the global, we're going to skip everything, nothing's really important here. We're going to go to the readability tab, and we're going to go to color customization. Now, this might not seem like it has anything to do with aiming, but trust me, it does. You're going to put your color filter to filter number 2, and you're going to set it to both of the world and interface, so you set it to both and set it to 100 each. Now, what does this do? It makes the reds pop, it makes the greens pop, all the colors just pop a lot nicer so that everything is easier to see in game. And why does this help? Well, the easier you could spot an enemy, the easier you could snap onto them, and it just works out really nice. Now, the one thing that you really want to snap onto the enemies is your center dot, all right? This is going to be in the center of your screen. You could just throw this dot over an enemy before you even ADS, and you will start hitting shots as you begin aiming down sights. You could start actually shooting your weapon as well and hit a couple of shots, so it's nice. The center dot, you're going to throw that on from here. You're going to set it to the largest. You're going to put the opacity up to 100, and I would recommend either purple or yellow. Now, before we get into the actual controller settings, I did mention earlier in this video that there are a lot of hackers in this game, which is actually insane. There is a lot of hackers in this game, and that's where today's video sponsor comes in, No Lag VPN. Guys, what does No Lag VPN do? Well, it gives you no lag in game, it gives you easier lobbies, and it gets rid of hackers too. The more you put this on, the less hackers you're going to run into, and it works out really nicely in your favor. Now, this works for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, and the best part of it is if you're on console, guys, all you need is a phone, and you could connect in less than a few seconds. It'll be really nice, really easy, and also for a limited time, if you guys want, I got code ITSNICK you guys could use by clicking the link down in the description below, and you can save yourself 62% on this with a refund after 14 days if you are not satisfied with the product. They will fully refund you, so don't worry about that, guys. Now, I use this all the time. I do not like playing hackers. It works out nice, especially if you're playing on Warzone. There's so many hackers in that mode, so go ahead and throw this on. It works out really good, and let's get back into this video. All right, so in these settings, we're going to scroll down over to controller settings. Now, in the controller settings, there's going to be a few things that you want to do here, all right? The first thing I want to talk about, and that's why I was already hovered over it, is the controller vibration. A lot of people don't see this as something too important, but I'm going to say controller vibration is probably one of the most important things in this actual game. Why? Because when your controller's vibrating, your thumb is vibrating with it, your thumb is on your joystick is going to vibrate naturally if your thumb is moving slightly, and it's going to fight against aim assist. Any movement you do that goes against aim assist, let's say your aim assist is trying to stick to the right, but you accidentally move a little to the left, it's going to kind of break that aim assist. So make sure that you do not have anything on your settings that are going to actually go ahead and ruin that for you. So controller vibration is the one thing you want to definitely turn off. I don't know what I just did, but I almost found a match. I hit my thing on my desk, and yeah, we're just going to move on from there, right? After that, we got horizontal and vertical stick sensitivity. I'm not going to tell you guys what to do here. No one should tell you guys what to do here. There's not a single person that could tell you what to do here. This all has to do with your comfort level. If you like playing really high, set it really high. If you like playing really low, set it really low. I like playing at a 1.60 for my horizontal, and I like playing at a 1.65 for my vertical. Now, if you're playing too low, I want you to keep in mind that it's going to be really hard to snap on enemies, and if you're playing really, really high, again, it's going to be a little hard to snap on enemies. You might over adjust you're aiming, and if you're too slow, you might under adjust. So try to find somewhere where it's really nice for you, somewhere where you could just aim at an enemy before you even ADS, you could already have your crosshairs over them. And for me, that's at 1.60 and 1.65. And this might change every week for you guys. You just got to find out the right one. After that, we're going to go over to trigger effect, and you're going to turn this off. If you're on a PlayStation controller, it's got haptics, turn it off. You don't want anything resisting your gunfights, all right? You just want to be able to shoot as fast as you possibly can, and that's going to help you right there. And to help you guys shoot even faster, I have another setting we're going to get into afterwards. But first, let's get into the dead zone inputs. Now, left stick, it has nothing really to do with your aiming, but you should be strafing in gunfights. You should be moving left and right. It makes your aim assist a lot stronger. Don't just stand still and use your right stick. Use your left stick in gunfights, but I'm going to say left stick minimum, put it to 0. I can't, because even at 5, my character just automatically moves forward because I got stick drift, but I'm going to put mine to 6. If I go lower than this, my stick's a little broken. I can't do that. So if you guys could go all the way to 0, go all the way to 0. And max, I would recommend anywhere between 25 and 60. 35 for me is what I like. It's really comfortable. I'm able to run. I'm able to move. I'm able to do everything really, really fast. Now, this is where it gets important, all right? The right stick. This is all about your aim assist. This is all about aiming. This is all about how you control your aim and all that kind of stuff. Don't put it to 0. I actually want you guys to test this out. I want you guys to go into a private match, put the bots on recruit, put it on 0, and just start shooting at them. You could keep your aim assist on, obviously. You want to keep it on for this test. Put it to 0 and start shooting at them. You're going to see that every little micro adjustment you do, you move your stick even just a millimeter, it's going to fight against the aim assist. And then in that same game, put it up to 15 afterwards, and you're going to see how sticky your aim actually is. So that's why I recommend anywhere between 5 and 15 for the right stick, all right? A lot of people are going to tell you 0. Trust me, guys, they're wrong. Do not put it to 0. I play at 6. It is so nice. My aim assist, I get called a hacker all the time. So just make sure you guys go ahead and do that. And then right stick max, set it to 100. You're going to be solid right there. That's really nice. Now, for some reason, the trigger is default at 13. You don't want that, all right? Put it to 0. Put your left trigger, your right trigger, all that to 0. You do not want that any higher. There's no point in having that higher, and it just makes you slower in gunfights. So put that to 0, and you will be faster. Not only that, you want to go into your button layout right here, and I'm going to recommend swapping L1 and R1 with L2 and R2. So now I shoot with R1 and I ADS with L1 because these buttons are a lot smaller, a lot faster to press, a lot easier to click, and all that kind of stuff. It just makes me win in gunfights a lot more often. I do win a lot more gunfights with this. L2 and R2 I now use for grenades and lethals and all that kind of stuff. I do not like shooting with L2 and R2. It just doesn't feel right for me. I've always done L1, R1, and at least on a PlayStation controller, it feels really nice. Back when I played Xbox, L2 and R2 did feel more comfortable. So if you are on an Xbox controller, maybe I'll recommend doing that. But if you're not, L1, R1, trust me, is going to be good. Now, something that's going to help you guys out tremendously as well is your jump, stand, mantle to R3 and your change stance, slide, and dive to L3. Why do you want to do this? Because now every single gunfight, you never have to remove your fingers from the joysticks. Unless you have back paddles, which I guess maybe it's a 50-50 that you do. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments if you do have them. But if you don't have back paddles, set this right here. That's what I do. And it just feels so nice. You guys could aim while drop shotting. You could aim while jump shotting. You could aim while sliding. Everything you do, you could control your aim. So it's actually really good. And then after that, obviously my sprint and all that's going to be set to circle, which I do not want. And because of that, in my movement, I have tactical sprint assist set to on, all right? I will at least on tactical sprint assist. So when I move my left stick, I automatically move forward. Now, in aiming, we're going to go into the aiming advanced settings, and we're going to set your ADS sensitivity transition timing to gradual. A lot of people don't really understand what this is, so I'm going to kind of break it down for you, all right? We got your controller settings here. You got your horizontal sensitivity and your vertical at 1.60, but then we go into aiming, and from aiming, we got my custom sensitivity at 0.85 for low zoom. So that's really a big difference between 1.60 and 0.85. It's quite a difference, all right? So what does gradual do? It brings my 1.60 as I'm aiming it on sights slowly down to this one right here. If I were to go ahead and set this to instant, the second I press ADS, my sensitivity is going to go from 1.60 to 0.85, which could screw you up you might not snap on enemies a lot easier. And if you do after zoom, again, it's just gonna be really hard to snap on enemies. That's why if you do a gradual, it's gonna slowly bring down your sensitivity as you begin aiming at the enemies, and it works out nice. And then after that, aim response curve type, I'm gonna recommend dynamic. It's really nice. And then after that, 0.80 is good. And then my low zoom all the way up to 3 time is 0.85, and everything else is at 1.0. Like I said, guys, if you enjoyed this video, if you could drop a big fat like, I would truly appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are around here with those notifications turned on. Help me on that goal to 700k, and let me know down in the comments below what your current KD or EKIA is in this game. If you guys want no lag VPN, check out the link down in the description. I got you guys covered with 62% off. Go ahead, check it out, use it, abuse it, and do what you got to do with it. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.